Hello, I'm Kettlepip, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and to part 2 of the Lightning Strikes event. And we're picking up where we left off at the start of Chapter 2, which starts in Uldar, where a reporter guy sends you to do a fate, or one of two fates. And the first of these is just northeast of Little Malmigo, and you get to fight a giant behemoth thing, which looks pretty cool. And I recorded this outside of US Prime, just after my experiences doing part 1 and not being able to see a thing. And I knew it would be a lot quieter and I could play with the UI off and it would look a lot prettier and there would be stuff to see. I initially tried soloing this fate as a level 25 pugilist, and it didn't go too well at all, so I wouldn't advise doing that. But second time around, all good. And the second fate in Chapter 2 is just east of Highbridge, near Drybone. And I sat around for quite a while waiting for this one to pop. Yeah. Eventually it did, and Lightning hadn't shown up for her own fate again, so I decided, well, the best way to do this is just going to be to tank it. So after standing there chopping away for a good 5 minutes, Lightning eventually decides to show up. And eventually a passing black mage decided to help out, which speeded things up somewhat. So with the second behemoth down, that was Chapter 2 done, and time to head back to Uldar to hand in. And the Chapter 2 reward is a Guardian Corpse skirt, lightning legs, or skirt thing, bag, straps. Yeah, looks great. And Chapter 3 starts in Gridania, and the reporter there sends you off to help Lightning again, but this time in Coathus. And as I zoned in, I saw the fate in the distance, so I ran all the way there to find it finished. So I sat there for quite a while too, waiting for the next one to pop. But eventually it did, and it's a giant robot dreadnought thing, like off of turn 4 in Binding Coil. And luckily there were loads of folks there to help out. And as the dreadnought falls over, that was Chapter 3 done, and time to head back to Gridania to hand in. But Lightning shows up there to pay a visit and get a bit emo and wander off. And you get your next reward, which is a pair of Lightning's boots. And you can pick up Chapter 4 here too. And Chapter 4 sends you off to Mordona for a bit more waiting around and a bit more making new pals. Before you get attacked by these guys, who are axe-wielding Anubis monster dude things. And they come in waves and you just have to peel them down. So eventually you win. So with the waves of mobs dispatched, a new fate starts straight away, and you get the big boss of the whole Fate series, which is this big guy who looks really, really cool. And I don't think we had a tank show up, so I ended up having to kite it around for about 5 minutes, which I'm sure made things really fun for the melee. And Lightning summons in a pal of hers, Odin, from Final Fantasy XIII. He's not quite the same as our Final Fantasy XIV Odin, he's a bit more anime and robot-y. So with the big bad dead and the world saved, Lightning, me and Pink Mage Dude wander off into the sunset and back to Gridania for the big finish, where Lightning tells us she has to go back to Final Fantasy XIII because Lightning Returns is launching next year, and if she's not there when it does, then there's going to be people disappointed. And with that, she turns into a puff of feathers, which I resist AoEing down. Aww. So yeah, and that's the event complete, and you get the chest piece, which completes the whole Lightning set, and you can be one of thousands of little Lightnings running around, each one a unique snowflake. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching. I've been Kettle Pip, she's been Kettle Pip, and I'll see you next time. Bye!